Cheers! Welcome to a new episode. It's a blissful day. So I'm not sure if some of you can take a look outside. Outside, the trees are moving, but it's been pretty rainy all day today in Los Angeles. I had to go out myself, and I noticed a lot of cars. Actually, more than I've seen in, recently. Not that I even move or travel that much, but there are a few accidents. So guys, stay home, be safe, please. You're watching me, so hopefully you're watching it at home, not on your iPhone or some kind of smartphone or device. So, as I was mentioning, today I had to go out and I had to run a little errand for work. I had to bring one of my vehicles, my Sprinter van, to I was required by DMV to get a emission test. So, no problem. It's a brand new car. It is a diesel engine, so I was required after 2 years to go and take it in. So I did. I'm on the phone talking to a friend of mine, and then all of a sudden the guy, just kind of starts doing some paperwork, and he kind of, I know that he's kind of ready for me, so I said, let me just call you right back. And he goes, oh, you didn't pass. I'm kind of taken, a little bit by surprise by this. I was like, this is a brand new car. How's it even possible? And he informed me that for some reason everything is fine, but the computer has failed the test. And I started asking questions, and one of the questions that I answered yes to was I had a battery issue. So the computer had some kind of glitch. And in order to troubleshoot it or actually to get it fixed, you have to be riding the car, for 2-3 days, and then it's gonna fix itself. The problem is I don't really drive the car, so I ended up driving for another, hour. As he said, it should fix it. If not, that it should, maybe more, driving would be required. I did another, hour and 30 minutes in expressway. Came back, and through 2 out of 5 sensors were cleaned. So it was a progress, and initially all 5 sensors have failed, and that kind of made me think about what do we do in the situations that things do not go our way, and part of me is like, I had allocated so much amount of time today to go and do this, and I failed. And sure, normally I'd be like, a lot of things are planned out right after it. It's how do we adjust the remaining day or the schedule, or do you have to start rescheduling? How do we deal with those kind of issues? And it kind of made me kind of more reflective of how am I dealing with those kind of situations on a daily basis. And I think but then I started thinking about another situation which is so much more profound, and I'm sure a lot of you might be familiar and still remember the incident that happened, a few years back in Pakistan, where and there was even a documentary and book written. It's called "He Named Me Malala," and it's a story about a teenage girl who gets shot by a Taliban soldier, who basically the bunch of girls are on their way to school, get stopped, and then somebody comes in the back and then shoots them all, and she survives. I mean, a lot. Actually, I think most of the girls miraculously survived. She got shot in the head, if I remember correctly. And the question is, what would you do? Those situations, in my opinion, kind of force us to reflect a lot, and start realizing what's important, what's not. And now that even today, my little setback of not getting things get done what I wanted to get done, but and I think it's ultimately what is important. I think that's what I came out with it, and I realized very quickly that me getting upset that it's like, this is how ridiculous it is, accepting what is, as I think it's going to serve me today. So going back to my Lila story, she basically, when she recovered, she was very grateful, and she went right back to school. She wanted to start advocating uh, and fighting for women that did not have rights to go to school. She became not only national, but and I think international sensation. And since the books and the films have been done about her. So if you have not seen any of those documentaries or films, I think they might be on Netflix. He named me Malala, Malala. LA. Highly recommend it. And especially one of my tricks is like whenever something is terrible happening in my life, I'm gonna watch a documentary that shows me really how other part of the some of the people less privileged than me live and what hardships they have to deal with on a daily basis. And my life always turns out to be amazing. So with that little note, keep on pushing forward. We are getting through this, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.